Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you my eyeshadow palette collection. Bo, really? Okay, Bo wants to say hi quick. Say hi, Bobo. Okay, now. Okay, so as I was saying, today I want to share with you my eyeshadow palette collection. And I don't think I have a very huge collection compared to a lot of other people on YouTube, especially YouTubers, but I have a decent collection, enough that I feel like I can't get through most of it. So I want to talk a little bit about that, but I'm gonna put these guys in the other room so that they aren't distracting during this entire video. Alright, so eyeshadow is probably it's my favorite part of makeup application. I just love all the different colors, which is funny because I tend to pretty much gravitate towards like reds and purples and stuff. Not reds, browns and purples. I'm very basic when it comes to eyeshadows, but I just love eyeshadow palettes so much. But when I started project panning, I really realized it is really difficult to use up eyeshadow, especially if you have a decent sized collection. Like it's really difficult to use up an eyeshadow palette, just period. It's so difficult. And because of this, I'm a little bit more likely to spend more money on my eyeshadow palettes and get good quality because I know that I'll have them for a long time and be able to use them for a long time. I really try to focus on cheaper products or finding dupes for things when it comes to like foundation and concealer, things that I go through very quickly. So I don't have a lot of like drugstore eyeshadows just because I don't need it in my collection. I want stuff that I'm actually going to use and that I love the quality. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know why we don't need to keep talking about it, but let's just go ahead and jump on in to my eyeshadow palette collection. So I'll start first with the two drugstore palettes that I do actually have, and these are a recent acquisition, recent to my collection. I was very curious about them, and it is the new Wet n Wild palettes. I have the Not a Basic Peach palette, and then the Rose in the Air palette. So the reason I was mostly interested in this one, the reason being I had the Modern Renaissance palette and I felt like I didn't use it very much and I ended up getting rid of it. And I know that's crazy because it's everybody's favorite and it was good. I was just like not blown away. But everybody still talks about it and how amazing it is, so I was like, oh man, maybe I shouldn't have gotten rid of it. But this looked like a great drugstore dupe. I didn't want to spend the money on it again because I was like, well, maybe I still won't use it. But for $5, I could justify this. And I have to say, I have used the Rose in the Air a couple times, and it is pretty good. It's definitely no Modern Renaissance, but for a drugstore palette, it's pretty good. The mattes especially, and then there's, looks like only two. So this one right here is a shimmer, and this one is a shimmer. The shimmers are okay. But the mattes are pretty freaking good and they're pretty pigmented, so I am happy with this one. And then the Not a Basic Peach I have also used, and I'm not as big of a fan of that one. So here's what that one looks like on the inside. Definitely more shimmery shades, so like these for sure, all of these are shimmery. This one's shimmery. There's a little bit of shimmer even in like this one and this one also. I will say I was really drawn to this shade here, but it is chunky, so I don't know. But it was only $5, so I don't feel terrible, and it just kind of solidified in my mind like why I don't usually spend the money on drugstore palettes. Alright, next I might as well show the one that I've already shown a few times on my channel because it's my absolute favorite and I have it in my project pan for this year, and it is the Lorac Unzipped palette, the original one. And here's what it looks like on the inside. Little sneak peek for my project pan, I guess. It is very well loved. I've said in previous videos it is the first higher end palette that I ever purchased, and I'm still super in love with it. I just love, these are like my shades, just browns. Just browns. I love browns. So my favorite shade is definitely this one right here. I think it's called Unreal, yeah. And it's unreal. I mean, look at that. Oh, it's just like metallic looking. I love it. Okay, I think I'm gonna try and go in order of size maybe, just so I have something to go off of. My next palette is one of the Kat Von D quads. I got this actually at TJ Maxx. I'd never tried Kat Von D eyeshadows, but I was really curious because I've heard a lot of good things about them. And I have the quad in Rust. Here's what it looks like on the inside. And I do really like it. I think I am realizing that I tend to gravitate towards cooler toned eyeshadows, but I do occasionally like the warm look. So this one is really nice, especially for like traveling, just to get some basic shades, and it is like sturdy packaging, so I would feel comfortable traveling with it. Okay, another maybe unpopular opinion, like my modern renaissance one, is I'm not a huge fan of the Urban Decay Naked Shadows. Like, I don't see it. I don't get it. I had the Naked 3, which everyone says is like their least favorite, but I was like, I don't like it. And then when I even look at the other Naked palettes, it's mostly shimmers, and I just don't understand how you can get a good look with them. And I don't know what drew me to purchase this, but I did. So I bought the Urban Decay Naked 2, or the Naked Basics 2, just this little mini guy. And here is what that one looks like on the inside. And I kind of like it because these are more like, they're browns, but they're like cooler tones, and I appreciate that. But again, I don't really like the shape of the pans. They're really skinny, and it's kind of hard to get some of my brushes in them, and they're just okay. Like, I'll keep it, and I do use it occasionally, and I'll keep it for now, but I guess I don't really know why I bought it. Next, I have the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Volume 2 palette. I did receive this in a BoxyCharm, and I think I'm going to declutter this. It's pretty. I like the colors if I can get it open. So I like the colors in here. Again, they're like browns and like my kind of colors, and they're all kind of shimmery, I would say, but they're freaking weird. Like, let me see if I can show you. Let's see. So do you see how, I don't know, that they just like, once you start using them, they get weird. They turn like hard, and everyone says they apply better if you use your fingers, and so that's what I've tried doing, but I just have too many of these same colors in my collection that I don't need to keep a palette that's just okay. So I was glad to see it in a BoxyCharm, and I'm glad I got to try it out, but it's definitely not my favorite. Next one I might as well show, I also got in a BoxyCharm box. It was the BoxyCharm limited edition box that they put out around the holidays, and it is the Tarte Miracles of the Amazon palette. I definitely love their packaging. It's so pretty. Here's what it looks like on the inside. I haven't gotten to use this one much. I think I've only used it like once or twice. I love Tarte blushes. They are absolutely my favorite blushes. And then these purple shades and brown shades are definitely ones that I gravitate towards. In the couple times that I use it, I can tell you that it is not the best quality, not as good as like the Tartelette palettes and things like that, but I am still excited to try it out. That was just first impression, so I guess I could change my mind. Next palette is from Buxom. It was one that I created myself, and I actually went into the Ulta store to do this because they give you like a deal if you pick out 6 shades, you get it for $40, I think it is, and here's what it looks like. It's all shimmery shades, and it's mostly basic shades, as you can tell, and then I have these two that kind of, they just drew me in. I'm gonna swatch it for you because I don't wear shades like this often, but I was like, oh, they're so unique, and oh man, this is not gonna be the best like lighting. Let's see. Definitely not the best like depiction of them, but they are so blinding. And the purple, you can't really tell in with this lighting, but it has like kind of a blue duochrome. It's like purple blue. It's so pretty, and I do really like those on occasion when I feel like I want to step out of my basic bitch routine. But it's a really good deal, and I've never tried Buxom eyeshadows before this, but they are super good. I have not tried the mattes, so I can't say anything about that, but the shimmers are freaking bomb. Obviously, I am a BoxyCharm subscriber, so I have two other palettes, these little palettes. This one is from Winky Lux. It is the Kitten palette, and then I have the Glam Metals from Crown. The Glam Metals is one that we just got this month, January, and here is what that looks like on the inside. Pretty much all shimmers except for this matte, and then this one is not super shimmery. You could get away with using it as like a matte too, but I love this because it's so unique. As you'll see, I don't really have any other shadows like these colors, so I'm digging this so far. I haven't had it very long, but I do really like it. And then the Kitten palette, it's so cute on the outside, and then here is what that looks like on the inside. It's good. It's kind of a weird combination of colors to me. I'll pretty much use all of them except maybe this one and this one. But this shade here, I have to swatch it because, and again, it's probably not going to show up the best with my lighting, but it is like the coolest duochrome ever. Oh my god, no, it doesn't, you can't see, it doesn't do it justice. I wish you could just see. I mean, if you have this, you know, so freaking good. The next palette I have is the Tarte Tartlet in Bloom palette. And this was the second higher end palette that I ever purchased. And obviously, because it has the same like browns and stuff in it, I love this guy. I think it is really good quality, and like I said, basic bitch palette. I just love all of these colors. I definitely get more use out of like all of these versus these, but I use these more just like if I want to do like an eyeshadow eyeliner look or just a tiny bit of deepening in the crease, they're good. But this palette is great, and it's a really good palette to like start out with. If you don't have a higher end palette, I would definitely recommend this one. Another palette that's more recent to my collection, I just got it for Christmas, is the Lorac Pro palette. It is the original one, and I haven't tried any of the other Lorac Pro or the Mega Pro palettes, but because I loved the unzipped palette so much, I was really curious about it, so I put it on my list for Christmas and I ended up getting it. Here's what that looks like on the inside. So you have a row of matte and then a row of shimmer, and it's a good combination of colors. I feel like it's good for, it's mostly basic colors, which is what I enjoy, and then just a couple different colors if you're feeling a little bit spicy, like spicy for me because I'm not that crazy, but like this blue and purple and everything, I really like it so far. I haven't gotten a ton of use out of it yet, but so far so good, okay? The next palette is the only palette I've ever purchased from the Shop Hush app, and it is the Bad Habit Retro Love palette. I was super intrigued by the Subculture palette, by the colors in there, but I was like, I don't think I would really use them that often. So I definitely couldn't justify the price, and then after everybody freaking going crazy about it, I was like, I'm gonna stay far away from that. But this palette was only $10 on the Shop Hush app, and it is definitely a dupe for the Subculture palette. It's okay. It's okay. It smells really weird. I'm not mad that because I spent only $10 on it, and it has good pigmentation and everything. I just don't feel like they're the most blendable, and they can end up like a little muddy after you blend for a while, kind of just all looking the same. But for $10 and just to try these colors, I was pretty happy. The shimmers are pretty nice. They're just like, as you can see, like that one's pretty messed up. But yeah, I'm not mad about it. It's just okay. Next, I have the Morphe X Kathleenlights palette, and this one is real banged up, so it looks gross, and I'm sorry. Here's what that looks like on the inside. This was definitely a limited edition palette, and I will say it's old, and I can tell that it's old because some of these shadows are like hard now and you can't get any color off. Like especially this black shade here, it's like, I don't know, it's not that good if you can tell. I will say I do not use this one very often, but I freaking love Kathleenlights, so there's like a part of me that's having a really hard time parting with it. I don't think that I could. I do reach into it occasionally. There's some good just like basic shades, and then like that pop of green is really pretty, but yeah, it's not holding the test of time very well, but I can't get rid of it just because it's Kathleenlights. This other palette is one that I also got for Christmas, and it is the Tarte Clay Play palette, which apparently they are discontinuing, which stinks. But it's the ooh, it's gonna be real reflective. Sorry about that. Here's the inside of that. Eyeshadows and then some face shades. Again, because I just got it for Christmas, I haven't gotten a ton of use out of it, but I do really like it. It's really a bummer that they either have already discontinued it or are discontinuing it, and I've heard not so great things about the Clay Play 2 just because they used all the same shade names and pretty much kept a lot of the same shades, just traded out a couple things. So I mean, maybe if you missed out on this, that might be worth trying, but I don't know, it seems kind of weird. I'm not going to get into it because I don't really know enough about it to talk about it, but I do really like this one. Okay, so apparently I have a lot of Tarte eyeshadows. Tarte was a brand, like, especially when I first started buying makeup, that I was really into and I was just really intrigued by. After trying some other brands' eyeshadows and stuff, I will say that they're probably not the best. I still do really enjoy them though. So the next palette I have is the Tarteist Pro palette. And here is what that looks like on the inside. I just think this is freaking beautiful. So beautiful. I pretty much will use every single color in here, but I am not so thrilled with these shades. If you use a brush, forget about it. They are not gonna do anything. You definitely have to use your finger with these shades, and they are really pretty, but a lot of the time I'm just like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. I just want you to work. I just want it to work. And they do work if you use your finger, but I'm too lazy. I do really like that though. It has such a good...
Why my words are hard.
Such a good combination of colors. You can pretty much create so many different looks with it, and I do think it's really pretty. Another good one, if you don't really have a lot of eyeshadow palettes and you just want some variety all in one, it's pretty good, but mostly for the mattes, not for the shimmers. Well, shit. Next, I have the Too Faced I Want Candy palette, and here is what this girl looks like on the inside. It is not as well loved as some of my shadows, but it is very good. I am very happy with the quality of these shadows, and they get me to kind of step out of my comfort zone a little and use some stuff a little bit different, and I am excited to keep playing with this. I think that this is actually still available if you're interested. I think that it is good quality. I'm not usually intrigued by Too Faced shadows just because I think that all their packaging is like little kid packaging, and I don't know, and like even this packaging, it's not that great. It's like really bulky, and it's like a tin, so it opens up like I think of like grandmas having chocolates sitting out on their coffee table in like a tin like this, and you open it up and there is no mirror. Sorry for the blinding you, but I don't know. It's kind of bulky, but the shadows are really good. So I had this little guy hiding. I forgot that I had it. This one, there's actually a funny story with it. So it is the e.l.f. Prism palette, just these. I haven't gotten to try it out a ton because I also got this for Christmas. My boyfriend, he understands my makeup obsession. Well, he supports it, but he doesn't always understand it, if that's what we'll go with. And so I asked for a couple makeup things for Christmas, and I pretty much picked them out myself, and then he got them. But then he had me open up another box, and it had a NYX eyebrow pencil in it, and then this eyeshadow palette, and I was like, oh my god, he's buying me makeup. Like, he's buying me makeup. It was so cool. The NYX eyebrow pencil, I actually got rid of it already because it was like dark brown and super thick, and I was like drawing it on my hand. I'm like, oh, it's really dark, but I think I can make this work, and that is so sweet. I was just so excited that he was buying me makeup. And then I found this and I was like, oh my gosh, I've been really curious about trying this. And I opened it up, and I don't know if you can still see it, and it's a mirror, so again, I'm sorry, but he wrote on there with the eyebrow pencil, and it said, "This girl's going to Hamilton." I am a huge musical lover, and I like almost pissed myself when I saw that. He's like, I didn't give a crap about buying you makeup. I just bought the cheapest palette with a mirror and the darkest eyebrow pencil so that I could write that in there. But it was so sweet. It was so sweet. And even if like I don't want to wash that off, and even if I don't use the palette, I'm still going to keep it just for the sentimental value because it was so sweet. Next, I will show you the palette that pretty much everybody loves and raves about, the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. I do love Jaclyn Hill, and she was the first YouTuber that I ever started watching, so I was really excited to support her with this. And everyone pretty much knows what it looks like, but here is the inside. It's really good. It's super, super good, and I love that there are so many different colors. You can create any kind of look. Yeah, it's good. I don't know what else to say about it. You done good, girl. And lastly, I will show you my Z palette that I have. So I actually have this Tarte palette. I got it, I want to say like 2 years ago, 2016 December at Sephora, and these are really good quality. I think they still have, maybe, don't quote me, but I thought they still had like a leopard print one at Sephora, and the quality there, it's just like so heavy duty. The mirror is huge, without blinding you. It's huge, and it's amazing. Like, I love to bring this traveling because I can just prop it up like this, and it's a big ass mirror, like as big as my head, and can get ready. My hair is in there, sorry about that. It's just gonna stay in there, but here is what that looks like on the inside. I have got a couple Makeup Geek shadows, I've got a couple Morphe shadows, and then I have some shadows that I have depotted as well. There's some that I had to repress because I broke them when I was trying to depot them. But here is, it's like this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. They are from a Blink palette that we got in a BoxyCharm, and I have to say, they are like my favorite formula for the shimmery eyeshadows. They are freaking amazing. I have this one on my eyes today, kind of in the center. Oh, so freaking good. I think the Morphe shadows that I got, I wanted to get some just like plain transition-y ones so that when I was traveling, I keep looking at the wrongs. I think like the camera's over here, but it's over here, so sorry about that. I wanted to get some just like plain transition-y ones for when I travel that I could like create a good full look, and I'm not like super impressed with them. They're just okay. This is my Z palette. Not very big. I'm not a huge single eyeshadow person. I really do prefer palettes that already have everything put together for me, but yeah. So it's not the biggest eyeshadow palette collection, but like I said in the beginning, it is so hard to go through eyeshadow, and I'm so overwhelmed with all the new releases. Like, there are so many beautiful palettes, and I've wanted to try like ColourPop palettes. I've wanted to try so many of them, but I'm just like, Lindsay, you can't even go through the ones that you have. And I put my Lorac Unzipped in a project pan, and I will tell you, in my brain, it's hard for me to like let myself use anything else because I'm so focused on using this guy. I try to use other things, but I'm just like, no, I gotta use it up. I gotta use it up. So I don't know. I'm gonna try and not buy any eyeshadows for a while and just really focus on loving the ones that I have. I don't feel like I need to have a humongous eyeshadow palette collection because I want to use my products and not waste them. I don't want them to go bad. I want to love them. I want to love it. I love makeup, and I want to love them. And I only have 2 eyes, and I only do my makeup once a day, so like, what's the point? What's the point of having a bajillion? I'm not knocking you if you do, because I love eyeshadows, and if I didn't have that mindset, I would definitely have a bigger collection, but man, it's just overwhelming. But I do love the ones that I have, and I'm happy with my collection. I would love to know what your favorite eyeshadow palette is, like the one that stands out most in your collection. I'm really, really curious to hear what you would say. Yeah, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you want. I will be posting lots more makeup videos, and I hope that you have a great day.